In this movie, we'll be talking about how to create a group on LinkedIn. One of the aspects of marketing on LinkedIn is groups. And I will get in another movie down the line. Further, I will get into how to use groups to market and how to promote your business. But right now, I want to walk you through some fundamentals of groups and how to create them and what type of groups you want to create. So, again, we're back at our homepage. And if you go over to the fourth radio button there, you'll see the drop down for groups. If you go to create a group, it's really straightforward. This is probably one of the easiest aspects of LinkedIn. Literally, it's one page, clicks, and you're in. You start by uploading your logo, and you also need to make sure that you have acknowledged the fact that it is your logo and you're allowed to use it. Decide what you want to name your group. Choose the group that you want it to be, whether it's a corporate group or a networking group, nonprofit, whatever it may be. Type in a summary, which is a brief description, maybe one sentence long, of what the group. Now, the reason you do this, by the way, and that's where the SEO terms come in as well, is you want to be able to set it up so that it's in the group's directory. So I can actually go up in here, and you notice right here in the search bar, I could type in any type of subject matter, and one of the 1 million groups that LinkedIn has out there may appear on that list. So take some time and figure out what you want to call your group, the summary for your group, a full description which will appear on your actual group page if you have a website for that particular group. So if we do a corporate group and it's IBM, you want to do IBM.com or IBMmarketing.com, whatever it may be, the owner's group email, so that's very important for you to do. And here's where the permissions come in. You really need to make sure whether you want for a request, in other words, for folks to have to request to join the group, or whether they can auto join the group, or anybody who comes in says I want to join this group automatically is accepted. Pro tip here, add request to join. Do not do an auto join because you can't have any control over spammers or folks who come into groups. And we'll talk about groups and why that's important, because if I'm a member of a group and I want to connect directly with somebody else because we're in the same group, I can connect with them directly without an email address. So that is truly important to be able to do that. The other thing you're going to see, if you see this little white box here, it's a pre-approved members with the following email domain. So if it's IBMmarketing.com, I can type in at IBMmarketing.com, and anybody who has that particular email domain is automatically accepted and pre-approved. So if you have a corporate group and somebody like Chuck at IBMmarketing.com comes in and asks to approve, you can actually approve all of your corporate members right away. The other options you have here as well is if you decide that you are a geographically based group. For instance, there's a great group on LinkedIn called We Are Orange County, and that is specific to the Orange County area in California. You can type this in and say United States. You can go all the way through to any of the countries, set up a postal code, and then that will be included in the group section search that you can take a look at. So that's your decision on what you want to look at. The other thing is your Twitter announcement. It's up to you to decide if you want to tweet out information that you've created the group. Is a nice way to market the group and the fact that it's available now and people can join it. It's up to you to decide. And then the normal terms of service agreement, check that. And then the last decision that you need to make is whether you're creating an open group or you're creating a members only group. If you're creating a members only group, you have more control over that group. If you're creating an open group, anybody can add to discussions, can get information. So it's really up to you to decide as to what you want to do. Now, once you've done that, you have basically created your group.